Okay, in this video, I'm going to talk about something that's come to my mind, and it's about infantilization, really. And when they, like treat you like you're a child, or treat you like you're much younger than your age, but also add to it when they treat you as though you're not smart enough, or you're not wise enough, whatever, you don't have enough knowledge or whatever to figure it out. Of course, they know the right way to do it, and they're going to show you how. When no, you know how to do it, and that's, like I'm saying, infantilization in this way too. Well, sometimes they're both ways. They're combined anyway. But they're going to tell you how to do something you don't need them to tell you how to do. It's just their opinion, and their opinion is different, and to you, their opinion is wrong. Okay? Their way of doing things is wrong. Okay, now, the reason it's on my mind, and this is not saying anything about, it's about, we're going to have a maid. She's supposed to come by this morning and give us an evaluation. One of the neighbors knows her, and I guess the maid works for their the business they own, and I guess that's what it is. I'm not sure, And they had Maid come out before, and she was like, whenever she get there, and she did that once, and I said no, it was she did it once, but she didn't call. Well, she didn't actually even show up. She didn't call or anything, and not until like the next day or something like that. And it would have been her maybe third or fourth time. And I said no, because I'm not going to sit around waiting for somebody and they don't even show up or anything. So forget it. And I think I had texted her and no response. So I'm sure maybe something had been going on in her life, but her reason for it when she did finally call or leave a text was, or maybe she didn't even give one. I don't know, it just said, it irritated me. That was like a little over 3 years ago. Anyway, we're going to have this one come out. It's a different one, and she, to evaluate, and she should be here or call at least within the next, let's say, 30 or so minutes, 36 minutes. Anyway, and yeah, Maid's, that one that we had, she was like, and I could see it like being judgmental toward me. And but Adam was not working from home. Now he is. But she was like, like I should do stuff. Well, I have chemical allergies, and I don't need to explain it to anybody. If we're hiring a maid service, they don't need to know why we need a maid service. And that whole thing would be adding to their sense of infantilizing. Like we owe them a reason, or I would owe them a reason, that they are superior. You see what I'm saying? So that one, that was enough. Enough was enough. I mean, overall she was okay, but sometimes, like the front two rooms is where I usually use. One's an office, and one was the office, but I made it into a room where I can watch TV and stuff like that. But it's got a bed in it. It's a tiny room, really, and in comparison. And I'm usually up there anyway, so. But she wouldn't, she barely would touch those two rooms. She cleaned the rest of the house, it's a 2-story house. She'd clean all of it. But when it came to those two rooms, it was like she was not going to touch it. She'd do the bare minimum, like sweep. Yeah. Anyway, so hopefully this one is much better. But in a way that was her like trying to tell me, that I need to do my own. Seriously. Some people have nerve. Some people have that kind of nerve. And but like I said, maybe it had been the third time or something, and strike three, you're out with me. I'll give you a chance, but that's it. And she just didn't show up, and then she called, texted like the next day, like I said, or so, and asking when would be a good day. She knew what day she was supposed to be there. So Anyway. So anyway, we're going to have this one. I've not met her. Like I said, she's coming over to do a little evaluation, and see, what all it's going to cost, and all, work that out, how many, how often, and all that. And but it also reminded me, or maybe this is what reminded me, made me think of this. Okay, it was something back in it was about 4 years ago, I guess. Well, it was way before that. Adam and I got married like 40 years ago, and right after we got married, I was a teenager. I was 18, and yeah, I was 18. And not long after that, we met, after that, I met one of his cousins. It's female. She's female. Of course she is female. Anyway, after that, whenever they, like her and maybe her sister, they were just like a few years older than me. I mean, just maybe at the time she was maybe 20, 21, somewhere around there. Yes, probably around 21. But she was married too. And but she would come over, and whenever, like, if we moved somewhere, then they came over and stayed with us or whatever, she would change the kitchen around. I'm serious. She wouldn't want to cook, which I was fine, because they have we're different ethnic groups, and Adam likes to eat that food every once in a while. So, yeah. It's not something that you find that common here. And so, yeah, she'd cook, but she would change things around as she was cooking. If you're the person who does most of the cooking, I don't care if you're female, male, whatever, but you're the one that does the most cooking, and somebody starts moving your stuff around in your kitchen, yeah, I learned that young. It really irritated me. And it continued. And I would tell Adam, he wouldn't say anything, he just wouldn't. That's how he was. So about 4 years ago, when his sister came, the first time I ever met her, she was from overseas. She came and stayed with us twice, I think. She stayed here, then she went to her other family members, their house for a while, then theirs for a while, then came back. And altogether it was like 6 months or something, between all three of us. And her staying at all three of our houses. Not our houses, but you get what I'm saying. So her other brother and her other brother, like that. And she's Adam's brother, Adam's sister. Whoo, man, I need some caffeine this morning. But anyway, when she came here, Adam later on told me, he said, well, maybe it was my fault, but what she did, she totally took over my kitchen. And I say mine, it's ours, but I'm the one who does most of the cooking. And she just kept changing things around and putting things where it took me a long while, seriously, to get things back organized like I use them. I'm the one who does most of the cooking. I need things to know where I put things, that they will be there. But no, not her. She knew better. She's a few years older than I, but she knew better, where things are supposed to be. And one time she went through the drawer and she took all of the knives and stuff like that and made them all, like in a certain line, kind of obsessive compulsive. It made me realize something I did to one of my friends when she was young, and I thought I was helping her. And she just had a kid, and I helped her with her cabinets while I was there. And she had gone to work or something, and she came, when the next day I went over there, she had just torn it all back up again. That's what I did. When Adam's sister made all the, it was forks, for whatever reason, all in a certain line. No, her little obsession with making everything her way, and I did it right in front of her, just messed them all up. She went, walked off. Well, she needed to learn it's not hers. It isn't her property, and things, need to be her way. But that is like the smallest thing she did. And all this is petty, but I've said this before about things that are petty. It's not the thing itself. It's the purpose behind what they're doing. That's the problem, is the purpose. And her purpose was that she was going to show me how things are supposed to be done. She did kind of things like she was hunting for things to show me how I'm supposed to clean it. Like she pulled out she got one of her brothers was here too for a short while. And she got him to move the sofa so she could tell me how dirty behind my sofa was. There was a language barrier, barely though. Okay. So she was trying. She wanted to show me how things are supposed to be done. And I'm 58 now. And that was 4 years ago or so. Yeah. And I showed her how things were. Oh my goodness. That kind of stuff, even reacting to it at all, even to say anything or anything, they get a kick out of it, that type. They get a total kick out of it. Because they've gotten to you, this kind of thing. Eventually, I just left. I told Adam, that was it. And I left and I stayed in a hotel for like 10 days or something. It was such a great vacation. I am not kidding. It was so wonderful. Yeah. To be around all that chaos. And that woman, and then when she finally left, she told me she's sorry for all my trouble, the trouble she caused me. And I said, try to be good. Something like that. And she said she's, something that made me, could then say, try to be good. And she was awful. I'm serious. Oh, I still have like nightmares about this woman. Well, I have those flashbacks when I'm in every blue moon, not very often, but like I said, every so often, not all that often. But when I'm in the kitchen and something, triggers me. And I remember how she, and the rest of the family, the females would do that. And like I said, Adam had said, well, maybe it was my fault because I told her, to make our house her home. And she took it literally. Well, yeah, no, she took it the way she wanted to. No matter what. You do not go into anybody's home, male, female. You don't go in and start rearranging things. And then trying to show them how it should be done. You just don't do that. Both of those are boundaries you don't cross. It's to rearrange things. And I did that, like I said, for one of my friends when I was really young. Well, we're not really young. Okay, she's not really young. I'm not really young. She still did them. When you're young, you're learning and you think you're helping, but you're not. But my purpose was to help. Hers was to show dominance. I'm serious. Hers was to show dominance. That she was superior, because that was her overall personality, was to try to show her superiority. So, I guess the best way I could put all this is that having a maid to come by is a little triggering for me. Triggering because of the people that I've known that were so rude and they were infantilizing me. That is triggering for me. Now, there's also the fact that I hurt myself about a week ago. I'm not even sure how long ago it was. And I guess this is what had happened, is that I pulled a box that was on the floor. My puppy, one of them kept getting into this first part of the house, and I didn't want him in there because he has a bad habit of tearing things up. So that door is kind of like a French door, kind of, but it doesn't have a lock on it. And he kept busting through anything I put on there, breaking the things, whatever. And so I moved a box in front of it, and then I pushed the box back. Later, then I moved it back again later on and put it back. And the box was full of papers. Well, I didn't lift the box, I just pulled it. Well, apparently I pulled a muscle. I didn't know until maybe later on that day, but then I think it was the next day. I had never experienced that kind of pain. Never. I couldn't sit down, I couldn't stand up, and I couldn't lie down, okay? None of those three. And I was telling Adam, and I wasn't just while I was telling Adam, I was screaming in pain. Not screaming, I'm not that loud, but I was in such pain. I was, oh my God, oh, it hurts so bad. And that was the only thing that I could do. I said, what's left? There's nothing left. You can't sit down. You can't lie down. You can't lay down. I mean, lie down, sit down, stand up. Stand. Not stand up, but just stand. And what I could do at the moment, the only thing that I could do was, there was another option. It was to lean. Lean my body over the island in the kitchen and put my hands on the island and just kind of help to support myself. But the pains were rippling. Oh, it was awful. And I mean, it was bad. Like I said, never ever felt that kind of pain. And that whole day was ruined. The whole day just disappeared because I was in so much pain. That happened, and then I was finally able to do, like, lie down. But I was in so much pain. So the past week, in other words, week or so, I don't know how long, I haven't really been able to do much because my back is still kind of hurting. And not as bad, but still. So I've done a little, okay, I have managed to do some things like that my little buddy, the dog, puppy, that he's like a grown, he's a year old. He's an American Pit Bull Terrier. He's teething. He's still teething. I don't know when is he ever going to stop teething. And anyway, he brings in sticks. He goes out and he finds sticks. I don't know where. Well, we did have these trees cut down, and maybe they left little sticks from that. And the lawn service hasn't started again yet. And boy, when they do, the whole backyard, it has a white fluffy stuff all over it, because that dog would take out every pillow that we had anywhere that he could find. My little buddy, he would take it outside and rip it to shreds outside. So we have snow what was yesterday's temperature? 92. Yeah, after when winter finally left, summer came. Forget spring, summer came in. But anyway, he's torn it up to pieces. Everything out there. He had so many of my clothes, my socks, my shirts, my pants, anything. Blankets, those little ones, they're not comforters, but the little ones, the throw blankets. He had so many of them out there. And it's like, no. Anyway, why did I start talking about that? Okay, I don't know why I did, but I am a little bit distracted as I'm talking about this, about infantilization. One of my neighbors, the ones that if they see me sitting out in my SUV after all these years in front of my house, yeah, if they see me, they're going to like be curious, and once you see it, okay, curious. Twice maybe, but after that, no, you're just being nosy, okay? I have had troubles with my neighbors, like I've mentioned in the past, of going somewhere far away from here and parking away from it because I was finishing up a video, and then one of my neighbors drove it right next to me. Seriously, crazy. And that wasn't the first time that one did that. And it was a different place the next time. Yeah. Infantilization, or spying. People spying on you. People, because it's like they think that they are superior and that you're their children and they have to monitor you. I'm an adult, and like I said, they think that they're smarter, they know how things are supposed to be or whatever it is. And me, I question their IQ, because first of all, if they make that assumption, that's not very smart. It's not smart to do that with people. It's not smart, and it's it's abusive to infantilize somebody, to treat them as though they're much younger, and to act as though you're superior. When you're not, either one. Does it make me superior because I wouldn't do that? Well, in a way, but not. I don't think in terms of I'm superior to everybody. You know, and I want to make a video about that, about when it's just big differences. And sometimes maybe it's not. Sometimes, well, we all have a something that we're better at than other people. So in that sense, you can be superior. You know, because, you know, I would never ever call myself an artist, you know, to paint. Never. And there are people who are. They're superior in that because they are good at it. You know, you see what I'm saying? I'm gonna make a whole separate video about that. But anyway, I'm still distracted. And it's been pretty much most of this video, by the way. But yeah, so this had triggered me. This whole thing, you know, somebody coming over to, you know, evaluate, and that's what it is. It's a judgment in a way. Well, it is, because she has to see. At first, it was supposed to be a man, by the way, but she has to see, you know, how long it's going to take her, how much, you know, of her time is she up to all that? Because we have, you know, over 3 years, I have chemical allergies. I can't touch these strong chemicals. Some of them I can, by the way, but most of them no. I will gag if I go down the aisle in a store that has these certain strong chemicals, especially laundry. But so I have laundry detergent that is fragrance free, yeah, and certain things, other things. So, but I'll gag if I go down those aisles, different ones with chemicals and such. It makes me, oof. Or if I'm around potpourri, yeah, or what is it, eucalyptus, which is often what it's made of, right? Something, I don't know, I stay away from it. So, anyway, but it triggered me because, you know, it's going to be another judgment, and I have spent a lifetime of having to deal with people who try to infantilize me, and I just hurt my eye, but infantilize me, treat me like a child, treat me like they're smarter, and I have a genius IQ. So, and I'm very polite. Here's the thing, I'm polite, and I just don't tell people to shove it, you know. Uh-oh, I think they're here. Okay, boy, what a fiasco after what I just said on that video. I said, I'll see y'all later, but oh my goodness, they showed up. They were supposed to call, so that way Adam could get the dogs out the back and into the backyard, and out of the house into the backyard, and so this woman could, you know, the maid service woman could evaluate the house, you know, what she needs to do and all that. No, they show up, and oh my goodness, the dogs, of course, are inside. They start banging on the window. They want out. They see somebody they don't know. Go back. He's with me in case you can't tell. Ow! Go back. Oh my goodness. He keeps coming from the back to the front. He's 75 pounds of dog. Okay, that's all of a wiggly dog. Anyway, I have to be a little strong with him. Both of them. It's like they don't want to listen. Yeah, anyway. I'm talking loud now. But anyway, so I got out of the car, and I was talking to the woman. She's a translator for the, you know, it was the neighbor woman who translates for the other woman. And anyway, so Adam didn't have time to get the dogs in the back of the house. And oh my goodness, they were crazy. So I said, why don't y'all go back over to, you know, to her house and let me take the dogs. They have dogs. Everybody in our neighborhood has dogs. Indoor dogs, I really think. And I don't know any of them that don't. But so she understood. She knew how it goes, and she did. They went back over there, and to get the dogs in the car, in the SUV, oh my goodness. Yeah, they weren't. They knew somebody was there that wasn't supposed to be there. Well, they weren't next door, but they saw them. Not next door, but at her house. And well, she was outside there, and both of them. Oh boy, I'm losing my voice. But anyway, the dogs, oh my goodness, it's a mess. So I'm down here at the park with them, and I left Adam to go, and he came out and said, I'm not at all happy. Because he was trying to deal with him, and he was trying to do it backwards. I said, no. My little buddy, we have to say it that way. My little buddy, that's not his name. But I said, put him on the leash. He had both of them on the leash. You know, after I said this, I said, he has to be brought out on a leash. The other one, he just jumps in the one that you hear, he'll just jump in the SUV. He won't go anywhere. The other one, my little buddy, oh no. Yeah, tell him all about it. Tell him all, that you're hurting me. You're hurting me. You are hurting me. You are hurting me. Really. When we just had him, what is it? What is it called? Cut his toenails, yeah, you clipped his toenails. The other one, no. The other one jumps up on me. So, and that woman was saying that, the neighbor, she was saying that he got out and she's afraid of him because he's jumped up on her. Or he said, but she said when he did it, all he did was lick it in my arm. That's what he does. He's friendly, but he jumps up on people. And she's real short, I'm real tall. So, you know, me, it's not going to knock me over, although I wonder. But anyway, he's the quiet one in the back seat. The one in the front seat, all over the place, front seat, back seat, he's checking out the whole neighborhood. If anything moves, he's going to go crazy, even if it's a bird. Maybe that's what it was that made him just go crazy now. Oh, my goodness, my goodness. But anyway, yeah, this one, the one, he's a black lab, and this one, Aussie mix. And he's about 75. I think that's what they said. He was 75 when, what was it, a couple of days ago? And he is a guard dog. He believes he is the alpha male, and he's the alpha of the world. So, and he'll make that noise like he's crying. But no, I feel sorry for anybody that gets too close to mommy. The other one, he just went like, sigh. I'm asleep back here. Can y'all be quiet? He's in the back of the seat. Sleep. Uh-oh. There's a person. Oh no. He's gonna rescue me. You can't see him, but yeah. I guess they're working on the lawn. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up. Maybe I'll start another video. That might be funny. Talk to you on another video. Bye.